Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to continue the previous article entitled Safety of Life at Sea, the Ultimate Guide. So this is the sixth part of the video. So in this video I would continue to read SOLAS chapter 11. SOLAS chapter 11. Additional safety measures for bulk carriers. This chapter includes safety requirements for above 150 meters length bulk carriers. It consists of 14 regulations. Regulation 1, 2, and 3 detail the definitions of different terminology used in the chapter and the details about the applications of this chapter, followed by the implementation schedule for the survey as per date of construction. Regulations for the damage stability requirement for bulk carriers are explained in this regulation. Regulations 5 and 6 detail structural strength and other structural requirements for bulk carrier ship. Regulation 7 deals with the survey and maintenance requirement of the bulk carriers, followed by Regulations 8, which explain the information on compliance for bulk carriers. Regulation 9 focuses on those bulk carrier ships unable to comply with Regulation 4 because of the design of the cargo holds. Code 10 lists the requirement for declaring the solid bulk cargo density. Regulation 11 details the loading instrument used for cargo loading on bulk carrier ship. Regulation 12 lists the term for having a water ingress alarm in holds, ballast space, and other dry spaces in a bulk carrier ship. Regulation 13 applies to all bulk carriers regardless of the date of construction and explains the necessity of pumping system to drain the ballast tanks. Regulation 14 focuses on restriction on bulk carriers ship from sailing with an empty cargo hold. Apart from the above SOLAS 12 chapters, the below two are considered SOLAS new chapters added in recent years. SOLAS chapter 13, Verifications of Compliance. This chapter was adopted on 22 May 2014, which require all these contracting parties to undergo periodic audits by the approved organization following the audit at standard to verify compliance with an implementations of the present convention. This chapter consists of Regulation 1, 2, 3 explaining the definitions of different terminologies used in the chapter and the details above the applications of this chapter, followed by the verification system for contracting government. SOLAS chapter 14, Safety measures for ships operating in polar waters. As the name suggests, the SOLAS chapter 14 deals with the ships that intend to operate within the Arctic and Antarctic areas and need to carry polar ship certificate. This code entered into force on 1 January 2017 and explained to the ship owner and ship managers the steps to be taken to have their ships in compliance with the different categories. This is the one of the latest chapter introduced within SOLAS in 2017. It comprises a regulation starting from Regulations 1 and 2, which detail the definitions of the terminology used in this chapter and the applications of this code. Regulation 3 explains the requirement for ships to which this chapter applies, followed by Regulation 4, which suggests the term for alternative design and arrangement for vessels sailing in Arctic and Antarctic areas. Frequently asked questions. So what is SOLAS? It is an international maritime treaty, also known as the SOLAS Conventions or International Conventions for the safety of life at sea, which establish the minimum safety measures to be followed during the construction, equipment, and operations of mission ships. On which vessel are its provisions applicable? As a rule, the SOLAS Conventions applies to cargo ships of 500 cruise tonnage or more and passenger ships on international voyages. What is the latest editions of SOLAS? The SOLAS Consolidated Edition 2020, a reader published in 2020, is an essential reference for maritime administration, ship manufacturers, owners and operations, shipping companies, and educational institutions. Why was SOLAS envisaged? The first version of SOLAS was accepted in 1914 due to the sinking of the RMS Titanic. It outlined various safety measures on board vessels, including number of lifeboats and other emergency equipment that should be carried by seagoing ships. It also emphasized the importance of continuous radio watches. However, it never entered into force due to World War I outbreak. And then the last frequently questions is, what is SOLAS training? Safety of life at sea is one of the most basic yet essential safety training for a maritime worker or seaman. Before becoming a successful and skilled mariner in the modern shipping and seaman job industry, it must be taken. Disclaimer: the author views expressed in the article do not necessarily reflect the views of the Marine Insight. Data and charts if used in the article have been sourced from available information and have been sources from available information and have not been authenticated by any statutory authority. The author and Marine Insight do not claim it to be accurate, nor accept by any responsibility for the same. The views constitute only the opinions and do not constitute any guidelines or recommendations or any course of actions to be followed by the reader. So this is the end of the article. Don't forget to watch my previous video from part 1. Bye bye and see you on my next video. Bye.